You think working harder will make you powerful. You think loyalty will protect you. But Chapter 2 of the 48 Laws of Power teaches the opposite. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Because friends often become comfortable, jealous, emotional. Here's the truth. The people closest to you already know your weaknesses. They know your habits, your fears, your blind spots. And sometimes the fastest betrayal comes from someone who once called you a friend. Robert Greene explains that enemies can actually become more loyal than friends because they have something to prove. A former enemy works harder to earn trust. A friend often expects trust automatically. One of the greatest examples comes from Abraham Lincoln. During the American Civil War, Lincoln filled his cabinet with political rivals, men who criticized him, challenged him, and even hated him. Most leaders would avoid those people. Lincoln used them. Why? Because skilled enemies can become valuable allies when given purpose. And unlike friends, they don't take their position for granted. This law doesn't mean you should become cold or paranoid. It means you should understand human nature. Friendship is emotional. Power is strategic. The moment you confuse the two, you lose control. So ask yourself this: who around you is loyal because they care about you, and who is loyal because they benefit from you? That difference changes everything. In relationships, this does not mean you should invite toxic people back into your life. It means you should not judge people only by the past. Sometimes people who disagreed with you can teach you something. Sometimes critics reveal truths that friends are afraid to say. A person who challenges you may help you grow more than someone who always agrees with you. Now imagine someone you once competed with wants to work with you. You may not fully trust them yet, but they are organized, skilled, and serious. If you set clear rules and boundaries, they may actually become a stronger business partner than your friend. That is the kind of thinking Chapter 2 encourages. It is not about being cold-hearted. It is about being realistic. The same idea works in personal relationships. A friend who always supports you may feel good to be around, but they may not always tell you the truth. Someone who challenges you may feel uncomfortable, but they might help you see what you need to improve. That does not mean every enemy should be trusted. It means every person should be judged by actions, not labels. There are also pros and cons to this law. One major advantage is that it teaches you to protect yourself. It reminds you not to be naive. In business, this can help you avoid favoritism, bad partnerships, and emotional decisions. In relationships, it can help you keep healthy boundaries and avoid trusting too quickly. Another benefit is that it teaches you to look for value in unexpected places. Sometimes, the person who once opposed you may become an ally. Sometimes, criticism can be useful. Sometimes, people outside your close circle can help you more than people inside it. But there are also drawbacks. If you take this law too far, you may become suspicious of everyone. That can make life lonely. You may start questioning every friend, every relationship, and every act of kindness. That is not healthy. Trust is still important. Friendship is still important. Love is still important. The goal is not to live in fear. The goal is to be aware. Another downside is that using enemies can be risky. Not every enemy wants peace. Some people may pretend to change just to get close to you. That is why boundaries and observation are important. You should not give full trust immediately. Give people small opportunities first and watch how they handle them. In modern life, this law is still practical, but it needs balance. In business, you should choose people based on skill, character, and results. Do not hire someone only because they are your friend. Do not promote someone only because they are close to you. And do not ignore someone talented just because you had a disagreement in the past. In relationships, this law teaches emotional maturity. Do not confuse closeness with loyalty. Do not ignore red flags because of history. And do not assume someone is against you forever just because they once disagreed with you. The deeper message is this: people are complicated. Friends can disappoint you. Enemies can surprise you. Critics can teach you. Supporters can secretly envy you. So the smartest thing you can do is watch behavior over time. A person's actions will tell you more than their title in your life. Friend does not always mean loyal. Enemy does not always mean useless. Family does not always mean safe. Critic does not always mean wrong. So the main takeaway from chapter 2 is to be kind but not blind. Be open but not careless. Trust people, but let that trust be earned. Keep your emotions under control when making important decisions, and always remember that power comes from seeing people as they are, not just how you wish they were. For business, this means building your team carefully. For relationships, this means protecting your peace. And for life, this means understanding that trust is valuable, so do not give it away too easily. Chapter 2 reminds us that loyalty should be proven, not assumed. Boundaries are not disrespectful, they are protection. And sometimes, the person you least expect may become the person who helps you the most.